to this guy, we're gonna be talking about Disc Priest, like the last healer we're making guide of for Dragonflight Season 3. This piece got some changes for Season 3, going into Season 3, and yeah, we're gonna be talking about it. Like they have changed a lot of talents, especially on the Disc Priest 3. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about it in just a second. Anyway, let's start with the racials. Base racial for this priest is the same as Disc. It will depend on meta. If it's booming meta, Gnome gets more value overall. If not, you can just play like Undead, you can play Human, you can play Night Elf. It just depends, you know. Overall, I think a safe pick is always been like Undead, and there is always like a safe pick for Disc. Because there is a lot of classes that can fear and stuff, so yeah. Especially now that there is 3 dragon specs that they all have Sleepwalk, Warlock, a lot of Priest, a lot of Warlock specs that are good always, you know, stuff like this. Anyway, talents. Talent builds. Okay. We're gonna be talking mostly the full damage one, which is the one you probably use all the time in 2v2. Like almost every single time. So on these 3 you just play like this, it's fine. Like yeah, you can even like stop playing like Master Spell. You can play with a Master Spell either, because Master Spell now has 2-minute cooldown, unless you play PP talent, which will make it 1-minute CD, which is not that worth anymore to play. And also you cannot fade MD anymore, like into those classes, so you don't get like backlash from the ability from UA from Warlock. You will take damage anyway with fade. You will take the silence too, like bump Historian from the SPD spell, or like backlash from the damage from Dispelling Flameshock, you know. So yeah, it's not that worth anymore to play MD unless you play a specific matchup into a mage or Pala. You need to get bubbles. So you play like, maybe you can play like Sword Master Spell, and you play Master Spell here too. And also you can like, yeah, that's basically it. So on the Disc Priest talent, now Schism is not an ability that you press. Schism is a buff, by the way, um, that you put on the enemy every time you Mind Blast him. So when you Mind Blast the enemy, you give him a debuff, which makes that the guy is gonna take 10% more damage from your spells for 9 seconds. Okay, so I'm gonna show you. So Schism as an ability doesn't exist anymore. So you use basically Mind Blast every 22 seconds, which is a lot. Now they increase the speed of Mind Blast. I will show you in a second. You Mind Blast and he gets a debuff. He will take 10% more damage from you. And that's basically it, you know? Oh, nice random line. Yeah. Okay, and also, they have changed how Shadow Covenant works. So Shadow Covenant before, it used to be an spell that you press, and then your penance becomes dark penance, like Dark Deprimant, and yeah, you was used to do damage and all this shit. Now, it's kind of the same, but it's a passive, and it is a passive that it activates every time you use your pet. So every time I use my pet, I go into Shadow for 12 seconds. You see? That's how it works. So all my shadow spells and healing, they are 20% increase. So you kinda wanna like do it with the Mind Blast at the same time, just to increase everything, you know. And this is kinda insane for Priest, because he does a lot of damage, you know. Like this spec does a lot of damage. You could get value of this in 3 would be insane, because you will get a lot of atonement healing, especially every time you Mind Blast, every time you use pet. And then obviously when you play Shadow Covenant, you're kind of forced to like go all the way down. So you play 1-minute pet. Otherwise, it's not worth at all to play Shadow Covenant, you know? Anyway, you could even play, yeah, that's basically it. And then here is all the same as before. Now they add a new talent, which is called Luminous Barrier, which is 3-minute cooldown as well, like same with the normal barrier. Okay. But what it does is like as a shield, okay, on people, instead of like having to stay on the barrier and reduce all damage taken by, I don't know how much is in arena. I think that's 40-50%, I don't remember. I don't remember exactly. Now you just give shields to people. So this could be good, for example, when you play shuffles with lower AD cool. And you know they're gonna run away from your shield, from your barrier anyway. Obviously, dampening is gonna get less value because this will get affected by dampening, not like barrier, for example. But yeah. Also, they remove solas, so you have to play shield discipline no matter what, and get the mana from your thingy, from your shields. And that's basically it with the changes. Obviously, they have changed hard discipline now, so now every time you radiance, you get one stack, and each stack you can get to maximum to 2 stacks will make your penance cast 2 additional bolts, offensive or defensive ones, whatever you want, and you can stack them. But this buff here doesn't show unless you have 2, which is kind of lame to be honest. So with these 2, when you do 2 radiance, you get the 2 stacks, and then you can send the penance, which I think is kind of cool. This is like the buff. I mean the legendary you had as priest in Shadowlands, I believe. So yeah, it's I kinda like the change, to be honest. And also we got a new talent called Ultimate Penance, which what it does is kinda the same as Holy Priest going into the air on with the PP talent. You know, like it goes into the air. I kinda forgot the name of it. And you can cast abilities in the air. But now with this, what you do is like you cast ability and you go into the air, and also you get like a big shield. Like you get a big shield, like insane big shield. It's almost you cannot go through almost. So you're kind of immortal there, and at the same time it does a lot of healing and a lot of damage. So I think people told me it's RNG. I tried it, and it also depends. Like your teammates are full HP or not. So for example, your teammates are full HP, and you have enemies in front of you. You target them and you will pump them really hard with ultimate penance, you know. Like let me show you how much damage it does. It does a lot of damage. Like, I'm gonna target them all. Then I'm gonna press this and look at the damage it does. You see? I did 400k damage with it. And that's without PI, and that's outside of arena too, you know. Obviously, you can Mind Blast before, so you'll do 10% more damage with it. Also. Which is kinda insane, you know what I mean? So this talent is kinda nice. Also with this full PvE build, full damage build, you kinda want to pick 2 points here. I don't think you need to play here more, you know, but it's fine. Like you don't need to play. This is like full damage build, you know. And now, obviously, you can choose MD or not, depending on your face. And now we just go to the other build, which is playing without pet, basically. Playing without pet, playing more like, you know, play more like a heal, more like a healer role instead of like full damage role, which is like you stop playing like this row and you just play all this row back down here, you know, and you pick these 2 as well, you know. So you pick these talents from before, flash, heal, and renew cast reduce the cooldown of your shield, smite reduce the cooldown of penance, also the crit thingy here, and this makes your shields stronger, but they will but you know, but the absorb will actually decay every 3% every second. You know, like it's basically the same as last season. This row all have changes. All have changed. It's like the pet thingy and the mind blast. So that's basically it. I have played some disc in choose, and in choose this seems really good. Kind of crazy. So yeah, let's talk about the stats now. Sorry, let's talk about the PP talents. PP talents is like you play radiance no matter what, because you kind of need radiance for like harsh discipline, and it's kind of insane. Like obviously it costs a lot of mana, it's 10k mana, okay. So every time you radiance, make sure you have inner light, so they cost less mana, because without inner light it costs like, you know, 11.2k mana, which is like 1k more. Obviously it's not like it matters much, but it does matter, you know. Sorry, PP talents, it was like, yeah, you press you play ultimate radiance no matter what. Then here I kinda like to play inner light and shadow no matter what too. Unless I know the game is not gonna last long. If I know the game is gonna be 2 minutes, then I can just play like fade shift. And instead of playing inner light and shadow, you can literally just play dark angel to like go in and win the game quick, or like purification, just to have 2 dispels and keep your team aggro in case they want to get a lot of CC, you know. You think the game is gonna be super fast, don't play this. You think the game is not gonna be fast, like it's not gonna be 2 minutes, so it's gonna be 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you play Inner Light and Shadow, and you can like, you think you're not gonna be able to do a lot of tournament healing, then you just play Inner Light. You think you do, you play Inner Shadow, so you do even more, you know. It will just depends on the situation. And that's basically it with the talent. Let's talk about the stats. Best stats for this place. If you play 2v2 only, full 2v2 only, you wanna play full haste, literally full haste. 2v2, all you need to do is literally damage. The more damage you do, the less the enemy team can play. The less the enemy team can play, you win. That's basically how it works. And for 3v3, I actually think you wanna play like a mix. Unless you play like a combo, you can actually like get all the damage off with like the pet build, which is kind of rare. Maybe maybe if Asarog, Fire Mage or like Frost Mage or some kind of variation of RMP or jungle is working, and your teammates can tank kicks for you, then yeah, you can just play full damage and get a lot of tournament healing, and like, you know, like this used to be in like Legion, for example, you know. That's the only way I could see it working. So yeah, in 3v3, I think you probably want to play like a mix, like maybe like 20% haste and then rest mastery, you know. Right now I have in arena way too much haste. So I will just play like 20% haste, maybe even a bit less, and then rest full mastery, you know. That's what I will do probably for 3. It's like the safe pick. Maybe there is matchups where you can play way more haste, or you should not even play haste that much anyway. Anyway, healing rotation in PP. This priest is just like, you kinda don't wanna let your teammates drop HP. So you have 2 PS, you have barrier, your teammates have cooldowns too. Then you have Raptor. So what you wanna do on priest is like, you kinda wanna throw a PS early, okay? Like it's really good to throw a PS early, especially before you press Raptor. Why? Because you will reset the PS anyway by spamming shields. What is the ability? I'm a blind now. I think I am. I think it's this one. Yeah. Power shield reduce the cooldown of your pen suppression by 3 seconds. So you will literally be spamming. You will literally be spamming shields with raptors, so you wanna reduce the pain suppression a lot. And you know, that's why you kinda wanna throw one pain suppression instantly. It's a 3-minute cooldown, but if you do your rotation properly, it's gonna be like half, you know, or like 2 minutes at max. So you will be able to in a 3-minute game, you will probably be able to get like 3 pain suppressions, you know, or even 3.5, or like, you know. So it's kind of good to like throw one PS insta or like early, so you get it back faster, you know. So holy press is like, when someone gets low, hopefully it does not, you need to press power life. It does a lot of healing. Then that's when you like can press a city with like a raptor, or you can just grip him away or barrier him. Worst case PS, you didn't do it yet. And then you use radiance, power life. If you didn't do it, you should do it always first. Then spam shields whenever you have them on city, no, ready. Then penance, obviously with penance, be careful because people are gonna kick you, so just try to move with it and line with it behind the pillar. Then you pick again and heal him, you know? Like, this press is like, you wanna be mana efficient, but some games you cannot. You probably wanna have to spend like a lot of mana on radiance, depending on how much pressure your team has. So you kinda wanna throw one PS kinda fast, so your teammate can stay ahead. It can stay ahead, so you can actually like cast and do damage. So it's like a snowball. Like this press is like a momentum healer. If you don't have momentum, then you just fall behind, you know. And that's when you won't recover, and then that's when you lose the game. And that's basically it. Like, we can have renew up, penance, then you shield, then maybe you get procs with a renew of insta flash, flash heal, you know. Then yeah, you need like B heals. Like every 4 minutes, you can just press ultimate radiance. It does a lot of healings too. Like you can top your teammates like super easy, and also cost 0 mana, and you can immune CC with it. And it can and yeah, as I said, use PS early, and that's basically it. It's just This priest is really simple. You just need to stay ahead of the enemy team. Macros for this priest. I don't think I have anything. It's just literally damage macros. So I will show you in a second. You kinda wanna have macros like this, you know? So obviously you can just target the guy and just do damage to him. But if you are struggling sometimes with like swapping target that fast, then you can just make macros like this. Obviously this macro doesn't work anymore because Schism doesn't work. Or you can just make a macro like this. For example, if this guy is if this is your teammate and is targeting this guy, just by targeting your teammate and casting Mind Blast, you will go the Mind Blast on him. This is how the macro works. You can do this with every single offensive ability as well. Even with CC, it's fine. Even with kicks, you know, it's kinda good. So this macro, what it does is like it works both ways. So with this macro, I can target the guy and press it, or I can literally target my teammate and I press the ability, and the ability will go to the guy that is hidden if it's enemy, you know? This is an enemy spell. And that's basically it with macros. Like you don't need much. Obviously, as I said on the Holy Priest guide, swap voice shift like party 1, party 2. If you need it, maybe you don't need it. And that's basically it with the macro stuff. Tips to survive when you're getting trained. It is really important that you need to understand that every time you press fade, obviously, normally this person will play face shift every single time because you want to avoid CC and you want to, avoid damage too. So you're getting trained. You kind of want to drag. It depends on what you play with. If you play with like mates, you want them to like, you want the mates to kill you with shapes, kind of with clones. But if you're alone against the wall, let's say you're playing double melee, then you just want to get away. You want to get away from the team fight. So try to like fade around the corner of a pillar so you can get away and they cannot slow you. It's really important to use your fade properly because with fade you remove every single slow. Okay. And if you play safe shift, you are literally immune to everything for 1 second. So don't use fade in the middle of the map unless you're about to die because you're gonna get instant reslow, you're gonna get stunned again or whatever. You just wanna get away with fade. Obviously feather before so you get more speed, and that's basically it. More tips on the more tips to survive when you're getting trained is just like is basically you need when you're getting trained I kinda recommend you to play precognition. This one. So you need to fake good. You can fear defensively. You can tell your teammates in advance, okay, I'm gonna fear these two that are training me. Don't break it. Or like, or if you're playing with a mage and he's shipping someone, the enemy healer is gonna dispel it, so you can fear the dispel. There is many stuff as well. Also to survive, you can just play Void Tendrils and root these people, and then with that you fade away and you gain some space because they're rooted, they're focusing clean the root, and you fade away and you go away. You need to make sure you use your fade good, even if it's fade, even if you press fear into fade and run away, or like root into fade away. You know, try to do it at least if you're not close to the pillar. Try to do it with some CC, with cross CC, so they kind of like instantly slow you after fade. Also, it's just like try to don't use many cities at once. Like obviously they're popping every city. You can literally throw a barrier for city. I don't know why it went there, but sure. And then worst case you just raptor off, or like you can PS after, but obviously you should not need it because you will have PI first go. And when you're getting trained, mana obviously matters, but it's funny you use Radiance on cooldown. You just wanna survive. You give your team some time to win. So make sure you use like all your resources to survive. Try to don't use, as I said, is always to use one PS instantly. So maybe first go instead of pressing bar, you just press PS. And then after the PS, you can just like fade away, get away. If they connect, you can use Raptor. Then the next go you press barrier. Then the next go you keep healing. You can trinket for it. Then you can bait keys with ultimate penance because they need to kick that, otherwise you're immune because you get a humongous like shield by the way from this. Even though it doesn't show here, you get a big shield as well. And you're immune to CC, so yeah. Best gun for this priest 2v2 and 3v3. This priest in 2v2 is literally king. It's like one of the best killers in 2v2 with Druid. So what you kind of want to do is just like play with a melee that is kinda OP. So you want to play like say with a hunter that is always OP in choose. or mostly with a rogue. Like for example, as a rogue, this space is disgusting right now. As a rogue, there's a lot of damage, and this space there's a lot of damage too, you know. And they have a lot of CC and you know, and a lot of this disruption, you know. And priest kind of wants classes that stun people, so you can do a lot of damage there, you know. So the more CC classes you play, aka rogues, the better it is for desk, because desk just need momentum. You need CC on people and you pump in the stuns. That's you just need to get damage rolling. If you get damage rolling, choose your king, you know. So and for 3v3, best gun for the 3v3 for desk. I mean, if I had to guess, it's gonna be rogue mage and it's gonna be jungle too. I don't know what version is gonna be better, if it's gonna be Holy Priest or Desk. I actually feel like Desk has a lot of potential this season. Especially with all the damage they do now as well, and this new change with Mind Blast and Mind Bender. Actually really wonder if you can get the full Mind Bender build off in 3s. Maybe not, maybe yes. We'll see. Hopefully you do, because I kinda like when Disc is like doing damage a lot, it's kinda fun to play. But yeah. It's probably gonna be jungle and rogue mage. Common mistakes with priest. As I said, many people what they do is like they use barrier first, which is not bad to press barrier first, but obviously it's better to press PS first, so you can reset it. Or like more mistakes people do is like they press Raptor first, which I think is kind of troll, because Raptor you can spam shields with it, of course, and then you can reduce pain suppression too. More mistakes people do is like just because they're being too greedy by not pressing one PS, they press PS too late at 20%, then it's not gonna be enough because you press it way too late. Then you wanna end up pressing swap anyway, you know. Like you have 2 charges of PS and you still have Raptor to reset, and you know you have all your buttons ready. It's good to press PS on the first go, because people normally 99% of the players use all their cooldowns in the opener, you know. So you kinda wanna trade one PS if you're not in CC, of course. And yeah, it's kinda insane. Because you can reset it, you know. You couldn't reset it, then it's another story, but you can reset it by spamming shields, so yeah. How to be mana efficient on priest? The best way to be mana efficient on priest is doing damage and heal with a tournament. Heal with a tournament, that is basically like, you know, all the you do damage, and by doing damage you get healed. That's basically the best way of being mana efficient. Also, being mana efficient is just like get big value from your pet. He gives mana every time he attacks, and at the same time, don't spam Radiance much. But obviously, sometimes you want to have to spam it, you know? So the best way of being mana efficient is like literally do damage. Do damage and do damage and heal with a tournament. That's basically it. That's the only way to be mana efficient with the disc. That's basically the only way. The other set, an embellishment for disc priest. Let me see if I remember. Choose it. Smite and Penance damage is increased by 20%, aka 10% in arena, and Smite extends the duration of an active tournament by 2 seconds. 2 set is not that crazy, I don't think it's that good. Obviously, more damage on Penance and Smite is nice, like 10% more is kinda nice, you know, but I don't think it's enough. And you sure your smiting, it will make your tournament like go, you know, extended, which is kinda nice. And then Forced, Smite has a 10% chance to cast an additional time during Shadow Covenant. So every time you press the Forcer is probably insane for choose, because you wanna play pet no matter what, but in threes I'm not sure. So on priest, I don't know yet if we wanna play Forced or not on this priest. I'm actually not sure. I will bet that we probably won't unless the stats are good. Let me see the stats. High mastery, low crit, not that good. High crit, low mastery, really bad. Versa mastery, low Versa, high mastery. Not the greatest. It's okay though. High haste, low crit. Crit is really bad. And high haste, so master, this one is okay. So it's because of the stats. I think we only want to play chooser in the beginning, which we will get the first day of the season actually. Forcer is not that crazy. And it's like full PB matchup where you can actually get a lot of value from your Shadow Commandant. Then sure, you will do a lot of damage with Smite, because you will do like 2 Smites every single time. I guess it's 50% chance instead of 100% in arena, so it's less value even. So probably Tuesday is just the only thing worth. And on Tuesday I will probably play chest and I will play legs because you want some mastery too, you know. So yeah, I will play legs and chest. That's basically it. Embellishments for this breast. That's a good question. I'm actually not sure. I think I will just play like I always do, precognition, because I'm really good at faking. So if I fake a kick with penance, with flash of heal, with mind control, whatever, you can get some damage globals off and get some autonomous healing, obviously, or immune some CC. And the other one, you maybe actually play this one. So the legs, the Infurious legs. So after recovering from a lost control effect, so after you leave ceasing, you become empowered with possibility, increasing your haste by 700 almost for 10 seconds. And this effect can only happen every 30 seconds. So this is kind of nice. You get big extra haste. So after you leave the CC, you will get 10 seconds of like 650 haste, which is kind of insane. So yeah, I think that's what you're gonna play on the this priest. Like you're gonna play Infurious legs, has good stats, which is Haze Berserk, which is Piss, and the feet with the or feet or whatever the item is with the precognition. You know, that's what I will say. You can play a matchup where you can play the master effect, but the thing is, this is like unless you play a matchup where nobody can hit you, then the 90% mastery one zone of focus is not that worth. You know, because you will drop HP anyway. Okay, tips. This was a troll, like play jungle, you know, but I don't know. The only tip I can give you on this, obviously I don't play it much. It's just like use one PS early, use one pain suppression early because you wanna get it back during the game faster because you just wanna shield. You wanna press shield is like your top heal almost. It doesn't cost much mana anyway. You probably play some mastery too in threes and a bit on shuffle too. So pressing seal is nice, and it will reset every time you seal. 3 seconds shorter, you will reset your PS. 3 seconds. So every time, the tip that I can give you is like just press one PS early and press it always before Raptor. So whenever you Raptor, you will like maybe do on the Raptor duration. You will probably do, if it's 12 seconds, you might do 5-6 shields. You don't want to spam it obviously, unless you have innervate because it's a lot of mana, you know. It's 5.4k mana, so spamming it is not worth unless you know the game is don't want to last long, you know. I don't think I have any more tips to be honest. The only tip I can give you is like when you have Rapture up, try to don't cast Penance unless you know you're gonna fake it or you're not gonna get kicked on it because it's like you have Rapture up and you get kicked on Penance, you're not gonna be able to shield again, which is kind of bad, you know. And that's basically it. Tips or more tips on this place is like get in a position. This place is an aggro healer, so you can play it two ways. It depends. It depends. I don't know how the meta is gonna be. It's gonna be fast, it's gonna be slow. But the slower the meta is, the more AFK you can be as disc press, you know, you can stay in the back and just literally PB down people and try to win a mana because you're doing way more damage than them and you're healing with a tournament. Obviously the meta is super fast. You can actually abuse that too as disc press. You can literally just go in. You have two PSs, you have barrage, you have swap, you have a lot of stays to trade, and you have some damage too. So you just go in and fear on the healer on cooldown, and use damage on the go, play the arcane. So yeah, depending on what combo you play and how the meta is, you will have to adapt to the one gameplay or to another. And that's basically it. I didn't play much disc or holy priest, so the quality of the guys are a bit lower, you know. But maybe I will do updates mid-season. So yeah. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoy the guide. Whatever you guys need, I'll put my Discord on the description. So hit me up with whatever you guys need. Even if it's macros, even if it's weak auras, even if it's any questions on Discord, on my Twitch channel when I stream every day. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow on stream. And have a good day. Peace out. Bye bye. Thanks for watching. Peace.